Hello there, Sev here from Motorhome Dealer Group, and welcome to this video guide on the Propex Digital Thermostat, such as you see here in front of us. Now, this is going to be for operation with a gas-only heater. I believe this panel can also be used to control a gas and electric heater. There will be some subtle differences in the operation. This video is just covering the use alongside a gas heater unit. Now, this will also not cover any of the fault finding or troubleshooting side of things. For that information, please consult your manuals or documentation or seek the help of a technical professional. This is simply going to be a quick start guide on how to get the unit working so that you can use the heating system in your leisure vehicle that is controlled by this panel. So let's get started. So this panel has two methods that we can use to start the heater. One is instantaneous and manual, which we'll do first, but then there is also a timer functionality as well. So let's look into the manual operation, and what we do is we simply press the power button, which is this flame symbol just here. And when we do so, we'll get some life. You can see the green LED here at the bottom, and the screen has come alive and it's showing a number. Now this number is the ambient temperature. So that's being read from this temperature sensor just here. It's 23 degrees. Now I can already hear that the fan element of the heater system has already kicked in. So we know it's working. Now the fan, or the heater, sorry, will only actually start heating when the temperature that we've selected is higher than the ambient temperature. And we choose that selected temperature by using the up or down arrows, and I can change the desired selected temperature here. 30 seems to be the maximum, so I'll set it to 29 there. And after a period of inactivity, the number then returns to showing us the ambient temperature, which is now 24 degrees. Now, when the heater has successfully established a flame, we get the red LED there indicating that. So that's it, it's all working, all good to go. Now, in order to shut the heater down when we're done, what we do is simply press the flame button here, and the heater will turn itself off. There we go, like that. And as you can see, we've lost the screen, that's blanked out, and the LEDs have gone off. I can hear audibly here in the vehicle that the heater has calmed down. The fan is still running a little bit. It's not a completely instantaneous startup or shutdown on a heater like this, but I can certainly hear it's in the shutdown process. And that's it, that's how we use the heater manually. And like I say, we can set a temperature, and then whenever the heater or the ambient temperature drops below the selected thermostat setting, the heater will ignite to heat the vehicle to that temperature. So let's now talk about the timer functionality. And we do that by operating firstly with the panel off, as you can see here. So there's nothing on the screen, we have no LEDs. So we then press this button here. And what we're going to be able to do is choose between 1 and 16 hours of a timer. And when that amount of hours we've chosen has elapsed, the heater then starts. So if I press the button, you can see we have a number 1. And the more times I press, with repeated presses here, you can see we can go all the way through to 16 hours, and then it round robins back to 1. So let's set 3 hours there, for example, and then we leave it, and then it starts counting down. So now it's flashing some numbers at us. What's that telling us? Well, we chose 3 hours as our timer starts. So you can see 3H0. So that's the number of hours, and then it's the number of minutes. So 3 hours, that's the H, and then 0. So 3 hours and 0 minutes remaining on the timer, and it's just going to repeatedly cycle that on the screen while the timer's active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to bring it back up when the timer has elapsed past a minute, so we can show you what that looks like. So now the panel timer has elapsed past the first minute, and we can see it's now saying 2H59, so that's 2 hours and 59 minutes remaining on the timer. So that's what the timer looks like as it counts down. You can clearly see the hours and minutes remaining, and like I say, once those hours and minutes have elapsed, the heater will start itself. Now unfortunately, it appears even if I press buttons, it brings the backlight on, but I cannot change the ambient thermostat setting. That's only available once the heater has actually started, so do bear that in mind. But in order to cancel the timer functionality, we simply press the timer button once more. We'll see the dashed lines there and then the heater returns to just the standard mode of operation, so it's just on as normal. And if you give it a moment or two, we can then turn the unit off if we so wish by pressing the off button here as normal, and as you can see, the unit entirely powers down. And there we go, that's how to use the Propex Digital Thermostat with a gas-only heater. Hopefully you found this video useful, and thank you very much for watching.